Are the camels at least? They smell like it.
Yeah, the menthol cigars.
Can you stop smoking?
Yeah.
What are we doing over here, Phil?
Oh, welcome to Morrison-Built Performance, where we do non-VTECs and Accords.
That's it?
Solely those things.
That's it.
And in that order.
We need non-VTECs all day long.
Non-VTECs all day long.
With the A chords.
This is Chris's bread and butter right here.
That's it. That's all I know anymore.
All he knows. He doesn't even tune a car anymore. He just does valve adjustments on non-VTEC Integras and revitalize Accords.
That's it. I restore them shits. I bring them. I resurrect them.
Yeah.
All these guys that love their Accords have been sitting since '02. I bring them back.
Stump, what are we doing today? Bloodbath?
What am I doing?
Yeah. No, what are we doing today?
Working on my day off.
Stumpy's gonna stand around with his hands on his head.
Yeah, on his hip. Do it. Stumpy said when he puts his hands on his hip, he dips. Head ass. Alright, this is Stumpy's gem right here.
Gym.
I'm gonna be building a turbo kit for it, tuning it, all that jazz. But the main point of this video is to talk about the Ace Gen. So, got an email. Customer from Georgia said that he wanted to turbo his Ace Gen. He wanted me to install it. It's completely bone stock. Didn't have anything but flat. Well, no, he didn't even have that. Yeah. So we got everything. The turbo right here. Complete Blackphillbuilt turbo kit. It's pretty much how you'd get it, but in a big box. You got your VS6262, wastegate, blow-off valve, intercooler, Rev 9 manifold, charge pipe, clamps, and couplers. I got the downpipe and dub tube over there. I'm still fabbing it up right now. And then what else? We are also going to be installing the water neck. It's got a skunk tooth 4-ball mat sensor, oil feed line, return, fit in your GM intake air temp sensor, all the fittings and stuff that you'll need. We're going to be putting a fuel pump in there, and that's a return thing for a turbo. And pretty much car is bone stock. And we're going to be putting a Clutchmasters FX400 in it and a Rev 9 3-inch exhaust. So I'm going to be pretty much documenting the whole thing start to finish. And Stumpy's going to be installing the clutch while I do the fabrication on his car. And then we're going to pretty much swap places. He's going to take care of all the little things that he has to on his car. And then I'll come back over here and start installing the turbo kit and finish more. Y'all need to see us put a clutch in there. So after we get done with the clutch, then we'll go on and start installing the turbo kit. I'll show y'all what y'all need to remove. Just keep up with the video and like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah. About 227,000 years later, we finally have a clutch that is out of a car. Oh my God. Damn, that thing is looking kind of hurt up there.
Yeah. That was a shot. I ain't gonna lie. I feel offended.
What was a shot?
I mean, we were changing rear ends.
That clutch great, honestly.
My man literally looks like he changed the transmission. This is why you wear black, Stumpy, so you don't look like.
How did it go?
Yeah, let me chop you real quick on camera.
Nah, bro.
You can do it to me. I'll show you how to do it.
What?
You gotta eat it though.
What?
You gotta eat it.
What are you doing?
You eat what?
Oh, no, no, you ain't chopping my...
I'll let you do it to me.
Nah,
Come on, for the camera.
We're
nah, you ain't chopping my damn
I'll do it light. I ain't gonna do it hard.
Nah.
Same way I do you, you do me.
Don't make my
You know how
heart
to do
stop.
it, right?
Nah, I don't know.
Put your arms down.
You
gotta put your arms down. You gotta be
No!
Let me go ahead and start calling 911. Oh.
God! Dog!
You gotta do it like I did it. Come on.
How do you do that?
You just come across with a smack. Come on.
I'm done. Motherfucker's been hitting over here hard. God. Oh, my titty's stinking.
Flour don't look that bad. It's alright. So just go ahead and put the
How long have we working on this? Like 2 hours?
let's see, it's 2:41. We got here around
Almost 10.
oh my god. I hate this phone. I don't know.
What's wrong?
4 hours later.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Second time doing this.
We got any
Second time?
splitter thingies?
The second time doing that shit.
Don't say that on camera.
Huh?
Don't say that.
What?
Don't say it's your second time.
What?
That's not your second time pulling the clutch out.
Of the 8th gen?
Didn't you put? No, you didn't do it on your 9th gen either.
No, I did it on the black 8th gen. Guess what I'm doing again?
On another black 8th gen.
Black 8th gen coupe. It's going turbo.
Yeah, it's going turbo. So, there you go.
He said don't say it on camera. Oh man.
Well, yeah, we're gonna slap this clutch in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna leave this exhaust on there.
Oh.
I'm gonna do exhaust expander to the downpipe, and we'll be alright. We got the clutch sitting over here.
Oh yeah, they just don't have the nice little tip.
Yeah. If it has a nice tip, I don't think we can exhaust.
Up.
Hey.
Open it.
They're already.
There you go. FX100 Johnny. We're gonna go ahead and slap it on in there and put the trans back in it and start turbo on it. 47 hours later, we got the clutch in, we got the oil pan tapped. Stumpy's about to finish bolting up this inspection plate. Then we're gonna throw the subframe on it, and we're gonna start installing the turbo kit. We pretty much took off all the airbox stuff that went with the stock contraption. We need to put this back on the ding dang, and we need to take this bolt out. But then we're gonna take the crash bar off, and we're gonna start mounting the intercooler up and start hooking up charge pipe in, do fuel stuff, exhaust, and then we're going to pretty much finish bolting up the turbo kit, do the like I said, fuel system. We gotta put pump in the tank. Oh. And that's easy. It's kind of pain in the ass because the coupe, but sedans are better. Oh, yeah. Sedans are always better. Photo gang.
Better check.
Yeah. And we're gonna be putting some fresh rotors and pads on here, and new serpentine belt, brake flush, and that'll be it.
Exhaust?
Yeah, I said exhaust. Do exhaust stuff. So go ahead and tighten that stuff up, and then we throw this subframe on there. And then I can finish working on your car some. And then get back to good stuff. If y'all didn't know, this weekend there's gonna be IFO at Rockingham. This video is probably gonna be out after it because I'm not gonna have enough time to edit it. But this weekend we got Rockingham IFO, and we're bringing like 4 cars, I think, 5 including mine. So this is gonna be Stumpy's car that we're bringing. We're gonna be bringing Milkshake over there. I have long awaited to make a video of this car, and I have not made one, but I'm going to once we get on the dyno. It's pretty much gonna be a dyno day video. It's gonna be an install video about the turbo kit, dyno day video, and a track day video. Hopefully the dyno day video goes good because I don't know what's gonna happen. I never know what's gonna happen. So Milkshake may or may not make it off the dyno because I built the motor and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So we got this RSX that's going. We got Milkshake. Chris still got to put a motor in this Integra. We don't know if it's gonna make it or not. Blueberry's having some issues. Yes, I still have the car. It's been 2 or 3 years later. I still have it. That's dead. And we're bringing Stumpy's car and maybe my 8th gen. Maybe Jason. And maybe Jason. Maybe. We don't know. What was he saying about his Oh, if y'all didn't know, I finished Jason's car and then he 232'd it, but he's in denial that he 232'd the car. So I'm gonna clip the video in here so that when you're ready. Everybody can tell this man so he can stop being in denial that he 232'd the car. He said he missed a gear. He missed a gear, which he really did miss a gear. He just put it back in another gear and the car let go. So yeah, finished Jason's car, made like 560 on like, what did it make? 549 or so, 550 on like 19 pounds. 19 pounds? Yeah, on the Precision 6262. And my man went out there, whooped somebody's ass and blew up at the same time. Fantastic. So now we got to put a 24 in there, and I have to tune it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe Jason will be 4 cars I have to tune in one day. And Chris has got 2 cars. He's got 2. The most expensive car. Yeah, I got to start with the most expensive car, which is actually that car's pretty much already sorted out. Oh, really? I really just got to do high. I just got to do fucking high boost tunes and that, and that's done. And then I'm just gonna copy his map and put it on your car and add fuel to it. Yeah, big copy and paste tune guy over here, man. Big copy and paste tune guy. 30 at 30. 30 at 30. 30 at 30. 30 for 30s. But all right, we're gonna get the subframe put back in here, and then I'll check in back with you guys. All right, guys, so we're gonna work on start decluttering all this shit right here.
Oh yeah.
So I know I made a video about this before, but a lot of people messaged me about doing a step-by-step video on how to basically bolt on the turbo kit and what you got to do to make clearance for the turbo kit. So my assistant will now hold the camera. All right, the first thing you're gonna want to do is take off all these hoses. So this is going to be your brake hose right here, which you are going to remake. You're going to take this off. It's dark. It's your evap hose, which we're going to be doing away with. I hate these little useless clips. Oh, thanks, giving me a dead light.
Unbelievable. They be like that sometimes.
Now you can either dang it. There it goes. You can either use this hose as another source of vacuum or plug it off. It's whatever you want to do. Brake hose, then this will be one of the coolant hoses right here, which we're going to reroute. So we can take this off. I'll show you about the leak coolant. You can give me that tub, please. Big tub. Oh shit!
What was that?
I got a coolant bath in my flip flops.
All right.
So you're gonna take this hose off. Oh, you got a little bit of drip, a little squirt. No, don't open it, bro. It's gonna leak everywhere. Damn douchebag. Anyway, so you can plug this damn line with a
bolt, so it don't leak more than what it did.
Yeah, so you don't leak.
So you just put a little bolt in there. What about the other side?
Don't worry about the other side right now. We're gonna have to. It's gonna end up dousing coolant anyway because this hose is gonna have to be taken off and redone. So you're gonna have to change this hose out to a straight piece that comes from the radiator to the water neck, depending on if you get the K-tune water neck or track-tough water neck that puts the water neck at an angle, or if you get one that's straight. We have the one that's straight, so we're going to get a hose that's going to come from the radiator to the water neck. But you're going to start taking off all these hoses, like I said, all the hoses. You're going to take the evap sensor off. You're going to have to unclip this monstrosity of a thing right here. So it unclips right there and it should slide back. I can't remember.
What was that?
Anyway,
30-second light again. Here we go.
yeah, 30-second light. You're gonna take this off. It's another clip right there. Thanks.
Literally 30-second light.
Thanks for nothing. And you're gonna unclip this. You're gonna get squirted with a little bit of fuel. And then let me get a charged up light.
If you have the Harbor Freight light, the one on the hood, we wouldn't be doing this right now. What? Not, man. How you doing?
All right, so all the way back here, you got this. Can you see that? You see that? You got this cover right here. You're gonna take these 2 10s off that hold this cover.
Hold on. All right, now free.
All right, you're gonna take these 2 10s off that hold this cover. You're gonna slide it back, and there's gonna be more clips like this back there. One more clip like this back there. You're gonna take it off. You're gonna take this line off. That's for your evap. You're not gonna need that. You're gonna take this hose off the brake booster because we're not gonna use this hose. We're gonna use something different. And you're pretty much gonna unbolt this thing from the head. So it's 110 here, 110 there. And there's another 10 down here hiding somewhere, or maybe just be those 2 10s. And you're gonna take this cam sensor thing off, and then this thing will come off. You're gonna have to like slide it out. This thing, you're gonna have to take all this plastic off of it and throw the plastic in the trash. Then you take these 2 hoses off. Actually, no, you don't take this bottom one off. You just take this top one off, and because that's going to go to the new water neck. You may or may not have to change this line. I might change it. I can't remember if I changed. No, I didn't change it because it's long enough. So you don't have to change this line. You don't have to change this line, but you are going to have to take them off from this thing and then unbolt this, and then you pretty much going to push this one down, and then this one's going to naturally flow down when you put the water neck on there. So I'm going to just get all this stuff off. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then we're going to put the water neck on. I'm gonna show y'all what you got to do to put the water neck on like I did the last time, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so water neck is off, and we've got the, I told this fool to take one of these hoses off. This motherfucker don't listen to me. Anyway, put that back on. You're gonna have to take the one that goes on the water neck off like I said before. This one will stay on. You're basically gonna push this one down out of the way. It might seem like you're hurting something, but you're not. And it'll pretty much go down here. The wastegate will sit in this general area right here. And then you'd go. I'm gonna show you how to do the fuel line also. And you're gonna need a check valve from like an EG or Integra for the brake booster. Or you can use part of the stock line that has the check valve in it and just do a little, you know, T into it. Not a T, or whatever you want to do. But you take this gasket off. And you're going to get some vice grips. And you're basically going to clamp onto this bolt right here. And then you're going to screw it out. It's not going to go out right now. I kind of need 2 hands to do it. I'm holding the camera. Oh, there we go. Jesus, I got 2 balls. Anyway, basically do it like that. You don't use the nuts that come with this from the factory because it will not work on the water neck. This is the water neck that we use and we recommend to use. You can use other ones, but my kit's designed around being used on cheap parts, so you can do that. Also, you plan on driving these cars more than an hour, hour and a half, a lot. If you plan on staying in traffic with the car running, you're gonna have to heat wrap the water lines, the shifter cables, and this harness right here, back here, because I found out that the shit will melt. How did I find out? Took on a 2.5 hour drive, came back, all this stuff up here started melting. So also you're gonna need to wrap up these brake lines because the manifold sits kind of close to it, and you lose your brakes also. Don't ask me how I found that out. So you gotta have to move the lines back. You can maneuver them or bend them in some sort of way where they go back to here, or you can just wrap them. But it is recommended that you do wrap this firewall harness and the heater hoses, just for, you know, heat prevention measurement. So yeah, so I'm gonna start wrapping all these hoses, put the water neck on, and then I'm gonna put the wastegate on the manifold, put the manifold in, and then, you know, we can put the dump tube on and stuff after that. I like gold. All right, so basically this is what your wire harness, clutch cables, not clutch cables, stupid ass, shifter cables, the heater hoses, the firewall need to look like once you get all this stuff off of it. So you need to wrap all of this because it pretty much deflects all the heat. I'm sorry, a bunch of pollen around here, got my throat dry. Pause. But you're gonna move back the brake lines right here. I mean, once you take them out of these clips and push them back some, they stay back. It's away from the manifold. And you know, you can either wrap these, and if you got what's this stuff called? What's this stuff called? Damn. Header wrap. Yeah, you can wrap them in header wrap, or you can do the gold foil like I did. Mine's just wrapped in header wrap because that's all I had laying around, and when I got this job I decided to get gold foil for it. So, you know, it's got the heat reflective tape on it. Works really good. And yeah, so I'm gonna go start setting the manifold. And also I'm about to show y'all how to, I'm gonna set the manifold on the gate up. I'm gonna put it on the car, and I am then going to make the fuel line, the brake lines. I need to wrap the downpipe, well, the first section of the downpipe, and I'm gonna show y'all what to do with the brake lines and the fuel lines here in a second. Well, let me explain to y'all the manifold first. All right. So this is the manifold you would get. So Rev 9 manifold. I think I found another company that makes a better manifold that I'm gonna be trying out on a few swaps here soon. So it'll be updated. That manifold isn't just rough schedule 40, it's actually somewhat polished and whatnot, and it kind of sticks the flange out some more. The gate will still be in the same spot, and it actually works better with K24 swap. I actually have the manifold in the office, so let me show y'all. Alright, so this is the manifold that I'm going to be trying out here soon. It, like I said, sticks the turbo out a little bit further, and it currently sort of kind of works with the current downpipe that I have jigged up. I just have to extend it some. So, but since I already have his downpipe built, I am just going to run the Rev 9 manifold, because pretty much that's what you pay for. But in the future, I will be providing this manifold. So, and like I said, it looks a whole lot better. It's kind of like a PLM Johnny, but we have this style one on Colton's car, and we've been testing it, and it works really well. So when you get the Rev 9 manifold and that manifold, this manifold actually comes with the OEM style gasket. You can use those gaskets. I would use the gasket that comes with the VS Racing Turbo, because it's a thicker gasket. I can't remember what the turbo manifold gasket on that one is like, but I believe it's a thinner one. So I'll definitely use the VS Racing one. Also, do not use these style gaskets, because they actually deteriorate, and then you start getting exhaust leaks and stuff. So just use the studs that come out of it, and the studs thread into it. Same thing with the other manifold. The studs will thread into the manifold, and then you just use the nuts. I don't use these lock washers because they're kind of pain in the ass to get off. So just put your studs in there, put your manifold, put your wastegate on. The wastegate comes with like a 10-pound spring in it, or a 9-pound spring in it. And yeah, do that. Get all these studs in, put the gate on, then you put the manifold with the gate in the car, and then you put your dump tube on. You slide your downpipe into the back. I'll explain all that because I'm talking and I'm working. I'm sure some of y'all are just gonna fast forward past this part anyway. All right, guys. So with the fuel line you got back here, you're gonna take this 90-degree Jim Johnny that's on the factory fuel line, and you're gonna take a knife and you're gonna cut this sleeve back, and then you're gonna cut the plastic off, and I'll show you here in a second how it's gonna look. So you're gonna have this at the end after you cut it out, and it's fairly simple. You take a razor blade, you cut both little pieces back, you get this, and you can either take some fuel line or some PTFE line, whatever. You're gonna basically just stick this in here. You're gonna stick a hose clamp on it. You're gonna take a straight piece. This is just if you're doing a stock fuel system, and you're gonna take a straight piece, do the same thing, cut it off. You have straight, measure your line out, you route it away from the turbo, and you put hose clamps on it, and it'll be fine. I'm going to show you all the finished product once I'm done with it, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I got the fuel line on. I had to use the straight on that one. The 90 is for the fuel rail, so I was misinformed. Well, I misinformed you guys. So I put the injectors in. These are 100 tune 1000 cc's. I use them in all my budget stuff. In my personal sedan, I have his 1500s in it on E85. Fantastic injectors. Y'all look on his website. I plug in the description below, or I'll plug it somewhere right here. 100tune.com. Hit that boy up. You got some good products going on. So as far as fuel line, I use some PTFE line from Amazon. I use the stuff on everything. It's pretty good. It's nylon lined. If you're gonna use rubber hose, make sure it's fuel rated. Do not get none of this either vacuum line or water line, because it will swell and burst and it will cause a fire. So I got the turbo mounted up. I got the wastegate dump tube, half of the downpipe mounted up, and I'm gonna go underneath the car. Oh, and we also mounted the exhaust, so I'm gonna show you all the exhaust here in a second. I also have the return line, and I have the return line and the feed line ran. I also, like I said, I got the dump tube on there, downpipe, all that stuff's wrapped up. And here is the exhaust. It is a Rev 9 3-inch exhaust. It's all the way back. Really good sounding tip. I'll do a little sound clip of it once the car starts. But Colton has this exhaust on his car. That's how we found out about it. Really good exhaust. I'm going to get one for my car. But I have to extend the downpipe some to this, cut this 2.5 to 3-inch Jim Johnny off, connect the downpipe, and then we are also lacking fluids, so we need to put the fluids on there. I need to start mounting the radiator. I'm not radiator, the intercooler. Take this bracket off, move this stuff around, and intercooler piping should just fit right on there without an issue. And then I'm going to build a custom battery tray, which I may start producing. I have an idea on how I want to do it. So the battery tray will be an option for those guys that don't want to run an EG battery tray. It'll also sit it lower so it won't hit the radiator fill cap, because on mine it hits a radiator fill cap and I don't really like it. So I'm going to change that around. So on this car tomorrow, I'm going to build a battery tray for it. We're just pretty much going to button the turbo kit up tonight. I need to also get spark plugs for this, so it's going to be on my list also. And so we're going to do the turbo kit tonight. We're going to do the brakes. We're also going to change the serpentine belt and the exhaust. And oh, we got to do the fuel pump. So yeah, we're gonna do a fuel pump also. So let me get back to working, then I'll keep you guys abreast once I keep going. All right guys, so pretty much got ahead of myself and started just working on stuff because it was getting pretty late. It's about 1:49 in the morning right now, and we were tired as hell. So I did the intercooler, got it all mounted up. I need to straighten it out some. I feel like it's crooked on this side a little bit, but intercooler's mounted up, pipes are all in. I got to get some vacuum line tomorrow, and I need to get some fluids like oil, trans fluid, radiator fluid, And I think that's it. And then tomorrow we need to change the fuel pump. The injectors are all wired up. They do have the injector adapters on here. Also need to get spark plugs. And we're going to change the serpentine belt tomorrow also. And we already did the brakes too also. So it's got brand new rotors and pads on it all the way around. And we flushed the brake system also. The exhaust is done also. I do have to put the O2 sensors in there, wiring the wideband, and then we're going to head to the dyno. So another thing that I failed to mention in previous videos is how to wire in the intake air temp sensor. So Honda has, if you're familiar with Flash Pro and you can get into it, they have the write-up on it. But if not, this kit does come with the pigtail and the GM intake air temp sensor. So you're going to cut back the sleeve on your MAF sensor. And of course in the Flash Pro you're going to do a race tune. And it's going to delete the AFM, so you're no longer going to use the MAF sensor. And in the MAF sensor, you have these two wires. You have a red wire with a yellow stripe, or is that a yellow wire with a red stripe? So red and yellow wire, okay? And you have a solid green wire. You're going to cut those two wires out, and you're going to wire them into any which way you want to on this sensor because the polarity doesn't matter. Pretty much that's how you wire it. So I'm going to also wire that before I leave, just to have one less thing to do tomorrow. And we're gonna head out of here. So the next time you see this car, it'll be on a dyno. I need to charge the GoPro up. I need to get some more SD cards because I have to make like 15 videos. So prepare to be bombarded with videos. If you don't like them because there's a bunch of Honda stuff, you just watch something else. And if not, you can continue to watch, continue to support the channel. I appreciate it. But other than that, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, like I said, as always, you can email me. Check out the website. I'm going to try to update the website sometime between next week or the following week of more parts because I need to get a table, take some pictures of some downpipes, intercooler piping, and parts that you guys can buy separate if you don't want to buy a whole kit, or if you want to buy the kit and parts. It's probably going to be more expensive to buy than parts, but if you have some things like you already have a turbo wastegate, blow-off valve, and a manifold, you can buy the intercooler piping and the downpipe. I'll sell that separate. My intercooler piping is solely made to work with this intercooler. If you have anything else other than this intercooler, then you're going to have to do some modifying to this part of the charge piping. If you have any different intake manifold, or if you use a different turbo manifold, you're going to have to modify the charge piping. Also, same thing goes with the downpipe. Like, all these components are made to work with this kit. Same with anybody else's charge piping or intercooler piping kit or their downpipe. It's all made to work with their specific manifold or whatever. So you're gonna have to do some modifications to it if you want it to fit. But I believe that's it. Like I said, comment, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next upload.